Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're looking at a piece of tech that is absolutely crucial when seconds literally mean the difference between life and death. We're talking about the LIFEPAK 1000 AED. We're going to completely demystify its components, nail down the exact part numbers you need, and dig into the maintenance protocols that keep this thing field ready. Okay, let's dive into this.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the Professional's AED, move into the QUIK-COMBO system, explore the REDI-PAK advantage, tackle compatibility and consumables, and finally wrap up with surviving harsh environments.
All right, Section 1, the Professional's AED.
So right out of the gate, we need to make a really vital distinction. The LIFEPAK 1000? It's not your standard run-of-the-mill consumer device just sitting quietly on a wall in a pristine office lobby somewhere. No way. This thing is built for the extremes. We're talking professional-grade response equipment engineered specifically for EMS, fire departments, and heavy industrial use. It's essentially a core piece of the hero's tool belt, you know? It's designed to go into totally unpredictable environments where the demands on the hardware are absolute.
Moving right along to Section 2, the QUIK-COMBO system. If you look at the heartbeat of this device's consumable ecosystem, it's all about the QUIK-COMBO system. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, by definition, QUIK-COMBO is Physio-Control's shared electrode platform. That shared part is absolutely key because it means this connection platform isn't just a one-off for a single machine. It's utilized across a whole range of their professional AED devices.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it gives us the exact, no-nonsense part numbers you really need to have memorized, or at least saved on your phone. First up, the adult REDI-PAK pre-connect electrodes. That's part number 11996-00017. Second, if you're dealing with pediatric patients, you're going to need the QUIK-COMBO reduced energy electrodes, part number 11101-00016. And finally, the absolute lifeblood of the unit itself, the LIFEPAK 1000 battery. That one is 11141-000100. Keeping this exact consumable roster on hand, that's step 1 for constant readiness.
Let's jump into Section 3, the REDI-PAK advantage.
To really grasp why this advantage is such a massive game changer, I want you to imagine the sheer stress of a cardiac emergency. A rescuer using traditional, non-pre-connected AED pads has to fumble through a multi-step process under immense pressure. Step 1. Tear open the package. Step 2. Frantically dig around to locate the connector cable. Step 3. Carefully make absolutely sure you seat that connector correctly into the device. And then finally, Step 4. You can place the pads on the patient. When adrenaline is pumping, every single one of those steps is a potential delay, or worse, a chance to make a fatal mistake.
And that is exactly where the REDI-PAK solution comes to the rescue. Those electrodes we just talked about, they come completely pre-connected to the LIFEPAK 1000. In the real world, this brilliant design lets the rescuer just rip open the package and skip straight to placing the pads. Boom, done. But it also does something else huge for facility managers. It completely eliminates a notoriously frustrating failure mode. You see, a super common issue with other models is the chirping AED. It's this annoying error sound letting you know that a pad connector was simply never fully seated after the last time it was replaced.
Because the REDI-PAK is already pre-connected, you know what the total number of connections is for someone to get wrong during a high-stress rescue? An absolute zero. Zero. It literally engineers out one of the most common human errors right from the start. How great is that?
Okay, let's move to and see how this builds into Section 4, compatibility and consumables.
If we have any facility managers or procurement officers tuning in, your ears should be perking up right about now because there is a massive logistical benefit to this shared QUIK-COMBO platform. It's basically a masterclass in stock consolidation. Because the system is shared, that exact same pediatric electrode from earlier, part 1110100016, works totally seamlessly for both the LIFEPAK 1000 and the CR Plus family of devices. So if your organization is running multiple types of physio-control units, this overlapping compatibility means you are not stuck managing separate, messy inventories just for pediatric pads.
But before you go rushing off to order your next batch of supplies, there is a critical question you have got to ask yourself. Are QUIK-COMBO and QUIK-STEP electrodes the same thing? The naming convention is, well, let's be honest, highly similar. But assuming they're the same could lead you straight into a very costly procurement trap.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what that difference is. On the left side, we have the QUIK-COMBO platform used by the LIFEPAK 1000 and the CR Plus family. On the right side, we've got the entirely different QUIK-STEP platform. The newer LIFEPAK CR2 specifically uses these quick-step electrodes, which is part number 1110000021. The source material is exceptionally clear on this point. They are absolutely 100% not interchangeable. I mean, sure, they sound similar, but they are entirely different parts. You literally must double-check which specific system your device uses before restocking, or you're going to have a bad time.
All right, that brings us to our final part, Section 5, Surviving Harsh Environments.
Remember how we said the LIFEPAK 1000 is often vehicle-mounted or carried directly into dynamic, chaotic scenes? Well, that exposes the unit to literally the harshest environmental enemies an AED can ever face. We are talking about extreme heat, baking inside a closed vehicle, which, let's be real, can easily shoot past 130 degrees in the summer, along with freezing, bitter cold in the winter, and just constant, rattling physical vibration. The source gives a massive warning here. These three factors actively shorten the real-world lifespan of your consumables. They actually degrade both the internal battery chemistry and the adhesive gel on the electrode pads.
Because of all these environmental stressors and just the brutal realities of field use, there is a very strict rule you've got to follow to maintain best safety practices. Always replace pads immediately after any deployment. I'll say it again, there is no such thing as a lightly used AED pad. Once they are deployed, they are done. Toss them and get fresh ones.
So the crucial point is captured perfectly in this quote pulled right from the guidance. Inspect more often than the printed dates alone would suggest. Think about it. You simply cannot blindly trust a little expiration date stamped on a cardboard package if that package has been vibrating in the back of a freezing fire truck for 2 straight years, right? Proactive field maintenance means you need to actually get your eyes and hands on the device regularly to ensure those extreme conditions haven't secretly compromised the battery or those pre-connected pads.
Which leaves us with this final, incredibly important thought. We've demystified the components, we've gone over the specific part numbers, we explored the REDI-PAK advantage, and faced the harsh realities of environmental degradation. But look, just knowing all this structured data, that's only half the battle. The real question is this. Is your AED fleet truly field ready for the next emergency call? I challenge you to take the exact part numbers and maintenance protocols we covered in today's explainer, go physically check your devices right now, and make absolutely sure that when the moment comes, your hero's tool belt is ready to perform. Thanks so much for learning with us today, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.